no Gypsy King in this this life. Just a normal retired life. The Gypsy King's dead. You get to a certain level, a certain point in your life and career, and it's not really about anything else anymore. You've done everything you wanted to do. You've achieved everything. Really wasn't even planned for, but they come along anyway, and it was good. But I could go back to boxing at any given time, but I just don't want to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got no interest in that clamour for that, or the limelight, or I want to be famous, or I want to go get punched again. I'm not interested. It doesn't do anything for me. You could offer me $1 billion today, and it wouldn't move the needle. It wouldn't turn me on, because I've gone past that point of caring about what the people think.
Hello boxing fans, welcome back to the channel. Before we discuss Tyson Fury's retirement announcement and the reasons behind it in detail, first it is important to note that in announcing his big decision of not returning to the ring, he once again addressed his 2 fights with Alexander Usyk, insisting that he won both bouts but was robbed of victory. However, this claim drew sharp criticism from Simon Jordan and his team. While they welcomed Fury's choice to remain retired, they strongly disagreed with his assertion about the Usyk fights. They stated that anyone with even a basic understanding of boxing would recognize that there was no robbery in either of those results. According to them, the outcomes were fair reflections of the performances, and Fury's comments on being robbed are simply not justified.
There's no, if you've scored a boxing fight before, there's no doubt in my mind that Usyk won the fight.
So we are effectively saying that Tyson Fury, suggesting he won that fight, or one of those fights, is deluded.
I think so.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
On the other hand, Tyson Fury's manager, Spencer Brown, was very quick to respond to Simon Jordan's team remarks. He stated that those criticizing Fury for his claims of winning against Usyk are being unreasonable. While admiring his incredible achievements in boxing, Brown adamantly asserted that he thinks Fury defeated Usyk in their most recent encounter. He stressed that the team has maintained this position ever since the day of the fight. Brown claimed that their viewpoint is based on their own evaluation of the performance, and that they still support Tyson's contention that he was entitled to win that fight.
You know, he's done all the historic stuff and he's won everything. Still think Tyson won that last fight, that's me. Spoke to loads of other people. All that shit about he's deluded. What deluded? You know, we've seen a lot of deluded stuff, haven't we? Unbelievably deluded stuff. So, you get the haters and you get the lovers, and we've all got different opinions on everything.
However, as the central topic of today's video, Tyson Fury, in his latest interview, made a shocking claim that he will not return to boxing again. Despite ongoing talks about his potential return and several suggested opponents, things have taken a different turn with Fury's own words. He mentioned that he does not feel any reason to come back, as boxing, while once giving him joy, also caused him great suffering. Tyson indicated that he has nothing left to achieve in the sport, and going back would only bring unnecessary pain. Concluding his thoughts, he firmly underlined that staying retired now feels like the right and sensible decision.
Won every belt, made loads of money, and not got a scratch on me. It's like, done really well there. But I don't want to tempt fate, you know what I mean? I don't want to keep going back and back and back to the well, because how many times can you keep doing it without getting brain damage or whatever else? Not being able to walk in a straight line. It would all been pointless then.
Further stressing his reasons for staying retired, Fury highlighted that in today's world, money drives almost every decision, but that will not be the case for him. He admitted that like every boxer, he used to fight for money, as every fighter seeks clashes that bring the biggest financial rewards. But for the time being, Fury made it clear that even getting $1 billion for a comeback fight would not change anything in his life. He clarified that his lengthy boxing career has prevented him from really experiencing and living life as he ought to. Therefore, his advanced age necessitates relaxation and happiness.
Like good stuff, like he wouldn't mind a third fight. Obviously, it's a big payday for him, isn't it? And for me also. But it's just like, for me now, what's the point? Like, if you give me another 100 million, what am I going to do with it? Like, it's not going to affect my life at all. It won't affect my kids' life. It won't affect their kids' life. It just make spoiled brats and make them people. There's no actual reason for me to go back in the boxing ring. 37-year-old, I've been punched to for the last 25 years. What do I want to go back boxing for? It used to be for the money, the titles, all that. But now I've got more money than I can spend. I've got unlimited amounts of belts and titles.
Furthermore, in his interview, Tyson spoke extensively but remained firm on his decision not to return to boxing. Thinking back on his early objectives and current situation, he remarked that he felt he has already accomplished everything he set out to do, and that any more achievements are merely a bonus. Although Tyson disclosed that his body is still capable of fighting, he specified that his reluctance to resume the rigorous boxing practices is the true problem. He reaffirmed that leaving now feels like the correct decision.
No, I'm not interested in anything. I've done what I wanted to do in me full from being a little kid. Was I wanted to be a singer for one, and I wanted to be world heavyweight champion for two, and I've done both of them things, and I've done like more than I could ever dream of. All the rest of it, all the added trimmings, are all just added bonuses that really wasn't even planned for, but they come along anyway. And it was good. But I could go back to boxing at any given time, but I just don't want to. Do you know what I mean? I've got no interest in that clamour for that, or the limelight, or I want to be famous, or I want to go get punched again. I'm not interested. It doesn't do anything for me.
On the other hand, this announcement has drawn wide reactions from the boxing elites. Moving forward, let's also discuss what pros have said about this. First of all, Teddy Atlas expressed his happiness in reaction to Tyson Fury's retirement announcement. Only a fighter, he implied, can really understand his innermost feelings. While acknowledging that fans always enjoy watching their favorite boxer fight, Atlas made it clear that Tyson alone has the final say on whether he is still fit to do so. He added his admiration for his incredible career, saying it has taught others important things. Any young fighter who is having difficulties early in their career may look to Tyson Fury as an inspiration for how to get back up after a tough fall.
I think it's time. I really do. I love Tyson Fury. I think he's a guy that we can all learn from. Everyone uses the words, don't give up. Don't give up. It's a cliche, Sam. Really, don't give up. Don't ever give up. And it's beautiful. It's right. It's strong. It's important. But he's lived it. He has taught us that lesson. Don't ever give up. He went through drugs and alcohol abuse. He was spiraling downward. He was thinking about suicide.
Another important figure, Deontay Wilder, also shared his thoughts, saying that if Tyson wants to remain out of boxing, he fully supports that choice. Wilder described Fury as a great fighter, but stressed that no one should pressure him to return to the ring. He continued that just as Fury sees no reason to come back, he also sees no reason to watch him fight again. However, Wilder emphasized that with his departure from the sport, significant changes are likely to occur in their division, opening new opportunities for young and rising boxers to make their mark.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to retire. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to retire. So
legal issues.
Yeah, got a lot. It's a lot of stuff going on. You know, I'm not gonna even get into it, but it's looking like he's gonna have to. And once that happened, then you know, anything, all things is up for grabs. I can't give too much information out. You know, I don't really want to discuss it. But it's going to be a lot of changes in the division, a lot of opportunities and a lot of different things lined up. So.
Moreover, Bob Arum also reacted with satisfaction to this news. As reflected in Fury's words, Arum also pointed out the financial success he has attained over the past few years. He applauded Tyson's choice, noting that it is the appropriate moment for him to prioritize his friends and family. However, despite his choice not to return to the ring, Arum advised him to explore new career opportunities as a spokesperson. In his opinion, strong communication skills define a successful spokesperson, and Tyson Fury, being a master of communication, perfectly fits that role.
I think Tyson Fury owes it to himself and his family to remain happily retired. Not from life, because I believe he has a lot in front of him, because he is a good communicator and he is an entertainer. But I don't think he should step in the ring again, because I think he's had enough. And fortunately, he's in the last few years of his career, He earned so much money.
Most importantly, although Tyson Fury had been sharing clips from his training sessions, leading many fans to believe he was preparing for a boxing match comeback, he clarified the situation in his most recent interview. Fury reiterated that his training was not intended to prepare him for a professional bout, but rather to preserve his own health, fitness, and general well-being. He commented that maintaining an active lifestyle benefits him both psychologically and physically, but it has nothing to do with getting back into the competitive boxing scene.
But I train as hard today as I would have do in camp. Do you know what I mean? If I'm training for a world title, I don't train any harder than I am now. Like, I'm training 3 times a day at the moment, going for a run, 4-mile run in the morning, could be anywhere between 4 and 10 miles. I come in the afternoon and do a weight session, body part, whatever it might be, shoulders, back, legs, whatever. And then in the evening, I'll come in and do 10, 12 rounds of boxing. It's non-stop really, so I haven't lost my fitness. So I know I've only been retired 11 months or 10 months, whatever it is, but...
Going ahead, Eddie Hearn, however, expressed some disappointment over Fury's retirement news. In his interview, he mentioned that he still couldn't believe he is leaving the sport for good, as he thought it might have been the perfect time to arrange a long-awaited fight between Fury and Joshua. Hearn mentioned he had hoped he would retire after taking that fight, but acknowledged that the boxing world is vast. He continued to say that if it's not Fury, they can always find another worthy opponent for Joshua. Concluding his remarks, Hearn wished Tyson good luck in his retired life and future endeavors.
Who knows? You know, we've been here before, but if that's the end for him, good luck. You know, he's had a great career, made a lot of money. Disappointing, of course, for British fight fans and sports fans that I feel like the time is now to make that fight quite easily. But, you know, if the fight has been punched out of him, if his heart's not in it anymore, it's a dangerous sport and it's time to get out. The cynic in me will always believe that it could be a negotiation tactic, but, you know, perhaps not. And if it's not, we wish him all the best.
Furthermore, Frank Warren, who had been consistently providing updates on Tyson's potential comeback and discussing the names they were targeting for his return, also appeared somewhat unhappy. He commented that although he wanted him to keep fighting, he understood that the boxer had made the decision to stop for very reasonable reasons. Warren reiterated that it is ultimately up to Fury, and he respects his decision no matter what. Like Eddie Hearn, Warren also congratulated Tyson Fury on his incredible career and extended his best wishes for a happy, healthy, and successful future beyond boxing.
Well, it is, but I don't believe we will. I think that's the decision he's made. And we've had, I mean, what he's given to British boxing has been amazing. You know, certainly since he's come back, he's been working with me. You think of the fights, they've been unbelievably great fights, dramatic fights, knockdowns. He's got up, he's shown courage, he's shown, you know, everything you could think of. He's probably, him and Usyk, the 2 best heavyweights of their generation, there's no doubt about that. And, you know, I mean, again, you look at him outside the ring, two #1 best-selling books, the Netflix series. You know, he's had a brilliant career, and he's made a lot of money, and God bless him for that. And I just hope now that he can be happy.
Very different from all the reactions, Carl Froch expressed doubt about this retirement announcement, noting that he had previously retired and then returned to professional boxing. Given that Fury is the type of person who never wants to lose his worth in the sport and could even pretend to be retired in order to pressure promoters and fans to get him back, Froch speculated that he might be employing this as yet another strategy. But if Fury's choice is really definite, Froch maintained that it should be respected and honored. However, he confessed that he would not be shocked if Fury chose to fight again in the future, and that he is still unsure about his future.
So this retirement, I'm not sure if it's genuine. Maybe it is, but I don't know what he's going to do now he's retired. But the fact of the matter is, he's announced his retirement. He's either trying to leverage for more money and putting himself in position, so he's got people begging for him to come out, or he's actually genuinely going to retire. Not sure what he's going to do.
Like Froch, Dan Rafael also predicted that it might simply be another way for Tyson to stay in the spotlight and remain in boxing's headlines. He underlined that Fury has delivered some incredible fights throughout his career and that it has always been a pleasure to watch him compete. Rafael also echoed Eddie Hearn's sentiment, suggesting that a Fury versus Anthony Joshua showdown would be the biggest fight in British boxing history. He expressed hope that Fury might once again reconsider his retirement and take this long-awaited fight that fans across the country have been eagerly wanting to see.
But while he may have decided to make that video and make that announcement when he did, I think that in the long term, we'll see him back in the ring, hopefully against Anthony Joshua. I mean, you know, there are some that suggest he's out there making a play to get himself a better deal. for the fight against Anthony Joshua, but I have a hard time thinking after the career that he has had and how well he competed, by the way, against Alexander Usyk, even in losses, that he's going to walk away from the fight that his entire country wants to see, that many boxing fans around the world want to see, when it can still fill up a big stadium and they can still put on a great event and he can still make a huge amount of money.
Furthermore, Simon Jordan, while labeling Tyson Fury as a deluded person for his claims about winning both fights against Usyk, also praised him as a true warrior who has shown remarkable resilience throughout his career. True boxing icons are remembered for generations, and Jordan admitted that Fury will be sorely missed in the boxing community. He emphasized how many fighters and spectators have been inspired by Fury's path, which has been full of victories and comebacks.
And so charismatic, and I think heavyweight boxing will miss him. Do I think he'll fight again? Probably. I think because Tyson Fury in his soul is a fighter, and I think if he doesn't have that, then I don't know what helps him balance the so-called issues that he has in bipolarity and whatever else.
Additionally, Alexander Usyk, who had been hoping for a trilogy bout with Tyson Fury in the event of his potential comeback, also agreed with Carl Frosch's opinion. Given Tyson's prior behavior, he noted, there is still an excellent possibility that he will enter the ring once more. Usyk remarked that boxing is an unpredictable sport and that he still thinks Fury, a British boxer, has the potential to be extremely dangerous and explosive in the ring. Usyk ended his comments by expressing his hope that Fury's supporters will eventually see him fight again, either against him or another elite opponent.
I don't think about it. I think it's not true. Tyson, now they'll relax, the rest, maybe Tyson and back. Listen, boxing, if you do this a lot of time, 10, 15, 20, 25, boxing is like a drug.
Heading towards the end, let's also have a look at what Tyson Fury did in his career, due to which he is receiving appreciation from the boxing world. So his journey in the sport of boxing is one of the most extraordinary stories in modern boxing. Rising from humble beginnings in Manchester, he showcased rare skill, agility, and confidence that set him apart in the heavyweight division. Fury's breakthrough came in 2015 when he defeated Vladimir Klitschko to become the unified heavyweight champion, ending a decade-long reign. He later delivered one of boxing's greatest trilogies against Deontay Wilder, producing unforgettable performances, especially his knockout victory in their 2020 rematch. With other notable wins against Derek Chisora, Dillian White, and Otto Wallin, Tyson solidified his place among the most dominant heavyweights of his era.
Tyson doesn't fight that way. Tyson Fury fights on his toes. He sticks and moves. He did a lot of head movement and a lot of like shucking and jiving, and it makes it very difficult for you to figure out what he's doing. Like, is he going here? Is he going there? Is he moving? Is he jabbing? He'll come at you like this with 2, 3 fake jabs, then a jab at a right hand. He'll throw a right hand to the body, then he'll throw a left uppercut. He'll step to the side of you. He'll throw a right hand. He'll move out of the way. He'll pop you with a jab as he's moving away. He's like a very technical, like really sophisticated boxer. If you look at the movement that he does, for someone as big as him, it's really kind of crazy.
However, Tyson Fury's path was not without major challenges. He experienced severe mental health issues, depression, and substance misuse while dominating the boxing world, which led to his temporary retirement. His inspirational return, characterized by tenacity, faith, and fortitude, won praise from all around the world. Fury became more than simply a champion. He became a symbol of courage and optimism because of his ability to get back up, win his world titles, and talk candidly about his struggles outside of the ring.
It started off like I'd suffered with mental health problems my whole life, but I didn't know what it was because I never had no education on the matter. And it wasn't until after the Klitschko fight, a very massive high, then I had to have a even worse low, lowest low that anyone could ever have. I'd wake up and I think, why did I wake up this morning? This is coming from a man who had everything: money, fame, glory, titles, a wife, a family, kids, everything. But I felt as if I had nothing. I felt there was an empty, gaping hole.
In the end, now it's your turn. What do you think about Tyson Fury's latest announcement? Do you believe this is truly his final decision, or just another dramatic twist from the Gypsy King? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your favorite Tyson Fury moment in the comments section below and let us know what made it special for you. It's the perfect time to celebrate his incredible contribution to the sport of boxing. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support keeps us us motivated to bring you the latest and most exciting updates from the boxing world. Stay tuned.